Do you think that the premium cost for green power is sustainable, or do you think that the price point needs to be inflated temporarily to increase capacity in short order?
Yeah, the cost of so-called green energy is higher today than the cost of more traditional sources. So you kind of wonder, why is that? And there are a couple of reasons. One of them is what are called perverse subsidies that are being given to the traditional sources of energy. So the coal industry, the oil and gas industry, the nuclear industry are all receiving subsidies. About $300 billion worth of subsidies every year in the G20 countries. So if you took the subsidies that are going to those fossil fuel or otherwise kinds of industries, and you applied those to the so-called green energy sources, the playing field will be leveled one heck of a lot in terms of the prices, because a lot of the price of coal and oil and gas especially is externalized. You and I are paying for it a different way. The current cost of green energy is a temporary aberration. That'll get fixed. Coal will probably always stay low. The coal lobby is extremely strong. Oil and gas lobby is very strong too, but the availability of oil and gas is starting to become a factor in the way in which it's priced. So, having said that, there are ways to fix the price problem. One is drop the price. The other way is to give people rebates or make it more attractive to them. So, what we're doing in Ontario, for example, with the Green Energy Act, where you can put a photovoltaic panel on your roof and get 82 cents a kilowatt hour back as you sell that back to the grid, that's kind of attractive. So what they're encouraging is not only the generation of that, but the decentralization, which is a whole new mentality, right? Rather than having great big plants, you're starting to decentralize into individual wind turbines, individual photovoltaic farms, and so on, and trying to make sure the grid is able to accommodate the dispersion of all of these different sources of generation.
Does green energy sourcing take the pressure off of organizations to reduce their energy usage due to the fact that they can now market a green image to their stakeholders?
It can help. Green image gets into this whole question of greenwashing. Companies have to be very careful about how aggressive they are about trumpeting how responsible they are and that they really care. Just because they've got a wind turbine in the back lot doesn't mean that they care. So there are a lot of non-governmental organizations out there that are way too smart to get whizzed anymore on this stuff. And companies need to be a little humble, a little cautious about their claims. You need to be a little careful about the way in which you position your first steps towards becoming a more responsible company. And certainly getting your source of energy from green sources is one first step. But any company that tries to position itself as being finished when it's done that is really painting a big target on itself. It's the beginning, it's a great beginning, because it engages stakeholders, not the least of which are those employees, but it also positions the company as a company that cares.